How many of you started your stacking journey like that?
I love gold!
Hey, Scrooge McStacker here, and today I'd like to tell you a little bit about the first metal purchase that I ever made. It was back in 2017. I finally had a little bit of personal savings, and I thought, maybe it's time to buy a little bit of metal. Now, I had no idea what I was doing. I didn't know any local coin shops. I had never purchased any metal before, but I made my way to JM Bullion. And I found a deal at JM Bullion, which I'm sure many of you have seen. The 10 1-ounce generic rounds of silver at spot price. And that was the very first thing I added to the cart. 10 rounds of these Sunshine Minting 1 ounce 3/9 fine generic rounds. Of course, while I was there, I looked around a little bit and I thought, what else should I buy? So I made the decision to purchase 4 5-ounce silver bars. Also, Sunshine Minting. Still in the plastic, and that's where they'll stay, I'm sure, until I sell them. And since that wasn't enough variety, silver rounds and silver bars, I also went for a couple ounces of gold. In this case, one of those ounces was Canadian gold maple. As you can see, I need to get a different airtight capsule on this. It's a good looking coin. It's not one of the newer years. You can see there it's a 2005. So it's missing some of the interesting detail here on the maple leaf side itself. But still a pretty good looking coin. The other coin is an American Buffalo. Again, 1 ounce. And I believe that the Buffaloes are 4/9 fine. Actually, I think both the Buffalo and the Maple, if I remember correctly, are 4/9 fine. If I'm misremembering that, you can correct me in the comments. Not that I knew that at the time. All I knew is that these were a couple of gold coins and I could buy them. And so you can probably tell that this was an early purchase because I have rounds, I have bars, I have silver, I have gold, I have Canadian, and I have American. This is the typical kid in the candy store. I got a little bit of everything. And I'm curious, how many of you got started in a similar fashion? First of all, how many of you picked up the JM Bullion spot price deal on 10 generic rounds? And then whether you got those or not, how many of you, when you made your first purchase, just got a bunch of everything because you didn't really know what you were doing? This was actually the only purchase that I made back in 2017 because, well, I kind of bought too much, especially with the 2 ounces of gold. I spent enough on this that I couldn't afford to buy any more for a while, which then caused me to forget, which then meant that I didn't make another purchase until 2019. And so I'm really trying to get better about that now in 2021. So let me know what your early stacking experience was like and when you got started, whether it was this year, last year, 5 or 10 years ago. I'm curious to know how long you all have been stacking and if you made the same kind of mistake that I made and if you've been good about stacking on a regular basis. In future videos, I'll talk about the purchase in 2019 and then I'll show you what I've been buying so far in 2021. So if you do want to see that content, if you like this kind of thing, please do press that like button. Please do subscribe so you'll be notified of those future videos. But this was my very first purchase back in 2017. And now in 2021, I'm taking it much more serious. And I'm trying to stack at least a little bit every month from now on into the future. And I figured what better way to keep me honest than to start a YouTube channel and have all of you laughing at me in the comments if I screw up. So with that, I'm Scrooge McStacker. Again, hit the like and subscribe and keep on stacking.